I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Before it all blew up, Katt Williams looked Shannon dead in the face. No smile, no jokes, and hit him with, "Don't play yourself." But Shannon Sharpe, he brushed it off like it was just another joke. Man had fame, respect, $100 million deal on the table. And he risked it all for a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl.
Emotional damage.
Not a queen, not somebody holding him down, a chick charging him $25K a night. Now ESPN won't touch him, his bag's gone, and that girl, she's retired rich off his mistake. Bruh, the signs were there before the storm even hit. Shannon was out here talking like life couldn't touch him. I pay my bills. I'm the boss. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Just saying it's a crazy time. You can't afford not to like black people. You don't like black people enough, you could become one yourself. I'm not the only black man with a bunch of mug shots.
Right.
It's them young ones that fun.
Yes,
That'll do what you want.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm independent. I pay my bills.
Right.
I pay the cost to be the boss. You the boss by yourself.
ESPN confirming to NBC it's cutting ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. The move coming after Sharpe, of course, the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery.
And then boom, headlines blow up saying ESPN's cutting ties with him.
Got him. Got him.
No press release, no fancy goodbye, just gone. And why? Because a man just settled a sexual assault and battery lawsuit with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. Whole thing went public, and the next thing you know, ESPN's washing their hands like, yeah, we good over here, let it. And here's the crazy part. This is exactly the kind of trap Katt Williams was warning him about. Katt didn't just pull that "don't play yourself" out of thin air. He's seen this movie before. He knows the ending. But Shannon, nah, he thought he was untouchable. Katt didn't sugarcoat it either. Sat across from Shannon on Club Shay Shay and said point blank, messing with white women can get a black man caught up real quick. Not because they're evil, because the system's been set up like that. You get accused, and before you even step in the courtroom, your life is already in shambles. Katt even broke it down with the Jonathan Majors example. And this is where people should have been taking notes. Jonathan was the guy, Marvel's golden boy, set up to be the next big villain for years. And in 2 weekends, done. Studio pulled the plug, endorsement deals gone, reputation in the dirt. Katt's words were basically, you could be Kang the Conqueror, Marvel star, box office gold, and still have your whole life flipped in 2 weekends. One accusation and it's lights out. And if you saw how fast Marvel dropped Jonathan after that guilty verdict, you know Katt wasn't lying. And here's the thing. Katt wasn't even saying he had anything against white women. He was saying he's scared of the situations that can come with it. He's seen too many brothers go down this way. It's not about race. It's about risk and knowing when to keep yourself out of rooms where the wrong thing at the wrong time can cost you everything. But Shannon smiled, nodded, maybe even thought it was a funny podcast moment. He didn't get that Katt was being dead serious.
I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
He thought he was immune to that kind of downfall. And that's exactly why it happened. And it wasn't just Katt dropping jewels that day. Monique was right there too, sliding in her own piece of wisdom. She basically told Shannon, look, you're too old to be playing around out here. Go find somebody who actually loves you.
I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you. I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn.
That's not shade. That's auntie energy. It's the kind of advice you give when you've lived long enough to see the same mistakes on repeat. She wasn't trying to clown him. She was trying to protect him from himself. But just like with Katt, Shannon heard it, laughed it off, and kept moving. He had 2 seasoned vets, people who survived Hollywood politics, career sabotage, backroom deals, literally telling him, don't step in that hole. And what does he do? Steps right in it. So what did Shannon do with all that free game? toss it out the window and starts messing with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model named Gabriella Zuniga. And I ain't talking about some quiet, low-key thing. People around him knew. Word was already floating before the lawsuit even dropped. And Katt saw it coming. That's why that warning on Club Shay Shay hits different now. He wasn't talking about white women in some random broad sense. He was basically talking about Gabriella without saying her name. The setup was already in motion. Shannon just thought he was too slick to get caught.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter, so I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan Majors, what he went through, Marvel dropped him as soon as the conviction came out, and you were telling the
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty, guilty, guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
Fast forward, lawsuit hits the news. Shannon's name is everywhere for the wrong reasons, and he's writing a fat check to make it all go away. Except it didn't go away. If anything, it got louder. ESPN didn't care about the settlement. They cared about the stain on their brand.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Next thing you know, Shannon's contract is done. Here's the part that really stings. Shannon thought settling the lawsuit would save his job and his image. But all it really did was make Gabriella rich and give the internet fresh ammo. The man drops millions on this girl, and the very next day, not a week later, not a month, the next day, she jumps on Instagram and says, "Today I've decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support. New projects coming soon." Translation, mission accomplished. She didn't just take his money, she retired off it. She secured generational wealth from a freaky midlife crisis moment. And if you think that's me exaggerating, nah, you could see it in her post. This wasn't "I'm stepping back for personal reasons." This was "thanks for the bag, I'm out." And the part that'll keep me shaking my head, Katt literally warned him this could happen. Even joked about how quick a woman could flip your whole life upside down. Shannon didn't just ignore it, he lived it word for word. Man, the internet did not hold back. Soon as the settlement news hit, people started digging through old clips like FBI agents. They pulled out that interview where Shannon said he wouldn't spend more than $30K on his own daughter's wedding. Now put that next to leaked text showing Gabriella charging him $25K a night, and you can already hear X, going off.
All right, so earlier today, somebody accused Shannon Sharpe of SA, and Shannon Sharpe and his legal team quickly exposed the Jane Doe, Gabriella Zuniga, and they also put out some text messages between the two. So let's get into it. So the first text was sent from Gabriella to Shannon on October 7th, 2023. "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're..."
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
All right, we starting off real strong. The next one is from Gabriella again to Shannon, and this was sent on January 1st, 2025. "I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek. That's pretty expensive." We got some more text messages. This one was sent from Gabriella to Shannon.
One post said, "So you'll drop millions on an OnlyFans girl, but your daughter gets a budget?" Another one that went viral, "He paid more to a young white girl who saw him as a lick than he'd give his own flesh and blood. How dumb was that?"
Are you stupid or something?
Every insult in the book came flying. Hypocrite, clown, country bumpkin. And through it all, Katt's advice is just echoing in the background like a bad song you can't turn off. So after all that, Shannon tries to keep some dignity. He goes to ESPN like, "Look, can y'all at least wait to announce my firing until Monday? My big brother's getting inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this weekend. Let him have his moment. And what did ESPN do? Corporate cold shoulder. Friday comes, headlines drop, and Sterling Sharpe's big achievement gets completely overshadowed by Shannon Sharpe fired after settlement.
You're going to learn today.
On his Nightcap podcast, Shannon even apologized to his brother for upstaging him, said Sterling's been his hero his whole life. And Sterling, being the bigger man, told him to let it go. But deep down, you could tell Shannon knew this was all self-inflicted.
Before we get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week. And really, the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for.
We do not care.
And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me. And I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that.
Lucy, stop it! Denial is a river in Egypt.
But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me this, I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support.
And again, rewind back to Katt sitting across from him, telling him not to put himself in a position where the system can flip on him overnight. That's exactly what just happened. Now, here's the part that'll really make you sick. Shannon wasn't just comfortable at ESPN. He was days away from signing a $100 million podcast deal. This wasn't a random rumor. It was legit. That deal would have covered all his media. Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Club 520, The Bubba Dub Show, Humble Baddies. Basically, he was about to turn into his own little ESPN. April 18th, 3 days before Gabriella dropped her lawsuit, reports come out saying the deal's basically done. Then the lawsuit hits, the bag evaporates, and ESPN cuts him loose. Just like that, the next media mogul title disappears. And because ESPN's under Disney, that door slammed too. ABC, Hulu, the whole family of networks. Once you get that kind of public stain, especially tied to a sexual assault settlement, the industry starts treating you like you've got the plague. All because he ignored the exact advice Katt Williams gave him face to face. Shannon had the power, the platform, and $100 million future in his hands. Two vets, Katt Williams and Monique, told him straight up, don't put yourself in a position to get played. He ignored them. Now the OnlyFans girls retired rich, the bag is gone, ESPN's done, and his name stamped with one of the messiest headlines you can get. And you can't even call it bad luck. This was preventable. Katt didn't tell him that as a joke. He told him from experience, from watching this exact play run on 100 other men before him. At the end of the day, all the talent in the world won't save you if you don't listen when people give you real game. The downfall ain't just about the girl, the lawsuit, or ESPN. It's about thinking you're too smart to get caught. Nobody is. You think Shannon's downfall was all on him? Or was ESPN too quick to cut him loose? Drop your thoughts below. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.